I'm ready. Well, of course, I'd like to thank Maxwell and Apartment Therapy, and, can you hear me? And to thank all you for coming out on this gorgeous night. I will attempt in the next 5 minutes to condense 40 years of traveling the world looking for the perfect rug. The Kea team is very small. Azy Schechter, my partner both in life and work, who designs our contemporary custom rugs, and Richard Starner, who unfortunately is stuck up in Hudson, New York because of the snow. He runs the Hudson Gallery and he styles everything. We have two galleries, one established in 2001 on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn, and a second one in Hudson, New York, opened 3 years ago. We're good at picking real estate. We recently opened up an outlet in cooperation with Stephen Allen Home on Franklin Street in Tribeca, and also a similar one in Quechee, Vermont with Anna Keeney. Okay, so one of the most frequent questions I'm asked is about the name of the company, Kea. Funny that IKEA came up a few minutes ago. It's nothing to do with IKEA. It's actually the name of a fabulous Greek island where I lived when I was young and youthful and carefree. I was living in Greece for 2 years on a British Council scholarship studying sculpture, and during that time I made a trip to Turkey. My professor, Greek, was a textile collector who resented paying the import taxes, and so he showed me exactly what kind of kiln he wanted, financed me, sent me off on the field trip. I bought 2 kilns with his money, and I sold 2, and voila, there I was. My profession was born. That's a rug dealer, not a smuggler, by the way. For the next 5 years, I traveled with friends overland to these incredible places, to India to spend the winter. We went through Turkey, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. We bought anything, jewelry, textiles, anything that we thought we could resell in Europe. And some of my friends, they found enlightenment, but I discovered a profession that was both lucrative and enlightening. Tribal textiles were a fascination. They were beautiful, useful, and they told the history of their people. The nomads that I traded with were self-sufficient and proud, and in my eyes, they were really free. They had huge flocks of sheep that provided milk, meat, wool, and their numbers measured their wealth. The tribe used everything from the wool, felt for their tents, shawls to keep out the dust, storage bags for fooding, and most of all, carpets, rugs. They used them to sleep on, sit on, eat off, and they traded them for everything else that was needed. Well, if nomads had been living like that for 1,000 years, why not me? Unfortunately, this dream ended in 1979 when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan, and the Islamic Revolution in Iran happened in 1979. But there's always a way, and cheap, obscure airlines propelled me to become a global nomad. It also forced me to become a legitimate importer. It's pretty easy to put a dozen rugs in a VW bus, not so easy in your hand luggage. Greece proved also not to be very conducive for legitimate business. So in 1986, I opened a wholesale rug company and I worked trade shows. We worked out of a self-storage warehouse in Manhattan. My friend over here is with me on 11th Avenue, and I wrote a book. Well, when I met Azy in the late 90s, it was time to settle down. It was a match. We both liked to travel, we liked spicy food, vodka martinis, but most of all, we were passionate about rugs. We saw this as a great opportunity to open a business that allowed us our individual freedom and could offer a unique experience to buyers, a tribal rug gallery with its own in-house contemporary designer. In our own home, we experiment with the odd-sized tribal pieces. Azy actually had to lie down to take that rug. Sometimes we change the angle of the furniture in order to use the rug we have fallen in love with. But I do believe that if you love a rug, you'll find a way to build the room around it. I often quote The Big Lebowski now, but I'll leave that one out. Okay. Azy, my partner, has been working in textiles since she graduated from the School of Visual Arts in the 70s. But in the 80s, she started designing rugs. Her history of textile design is very evident in the wide range of styles that seem to pop just out of her head from nowhere. Her rugs are all unique. They're individually designed. She works with her clients to create rugs that don't overwhelm but enhance the space. You can walk into a room and recognize it's a Kea custom rug, but you'll never find 2 identical rugs. Just like our tribal collection, they are all one of a kind. Of course, everybody has fantasies, and I wonder what this young woman would think about her rug in a Brooklyn apartment. But this guy, he'd blow his mind, man. He wouldn't know what was happening with this rug here on the floor. So look, that's my 5 minutes, and I'm so glad to have been here, and I wish you will all come and see me in Brooklyn, okay? That was fun. That was fun, really. You should all get up here and do it. Fun.